I think in some ways my career journey has been quite natural given sort of what I spent my time doing as a youngster and then how my education evolved. But I actually approach my career very opportunistically, and I think that that allows you sort of the mind space to really seize opportunities as they come along rather than really trying to plan out every step of the way. So as a young child, I was a very studious piano student. I played all the competitions, you know, from a wee little lad. I was probably 6 or 7 years old when I started playing piano competitions. Over time, developed a strong interest in music theory, and as of age 8, actually started composing music. And I had this really awesome Russian theory teacher who said, one day literally sent me home with a homework assignment and said, go try to write a prelude in the style of Bach. And that literally was the one homework assignment that launched me into this love of composition. And as time went on, of course, we were getting closer to high school graduation, and it became very clear to me that I had some traditional Asian parental pressures to be dealing with. And in my family, an option it wasn't an option to go to college for music. And I fought this quite hard. And in the end, my conviction actually prevailed, and I struck a deal with my parents where for the privilege of studying music in college, I would also choose something else practical to study. And the 3 choices that were given to me were engineering, finance, and life sciences, which is sort of the precursor to medical school. And at the time, I sort of falsely chose finance because I thought, well, it's going to be interesting. I'm going to need to manage my own money in life. So I sort of just falsely chose that path, not knowing that I would later develop a really strong interest in business. And so now in hindsight, I kind of thank my parents for putting that kind of pressure on me. Otherwise, I may not have discovered this, you know, aptitude and also passion for business that I now have. So going through college, I really went sort of full steam both paths. You know, I was the conservatory kid, but then I also crossed the street over to the other building and pursued my finance degree. And coming out of college, I was not done pursuing that dual path. So I applied to all sorts of music schools, all sorts of business schools. And in the end, having been admitted to both sides, I ended up pursuing both graduate degrees in succession. So first obtained my Master of Fine Arts in musical theater, which has become the sort of my recent musical and artistic passion. And then later also completed my MBA at Harvard Business School. And coming out of that, it was just very natural for me to launch myself into this very special niche that is the intersection of art and business. And that led me to Lincoln Center for the Performing Arts right here in New York. And I spent 3 years there, had a wonderful time. At the 3-year mark, this opportunity at Disney came up, and I thought, how interesting to sort of leap from the nonprofit side of the arts over to the commercial side of the arts. So I've been there for coming on 3 years now. And I intend to have a pretty fluid sort of journey through the nonprofit side, through the for-profit side. And because I'm so interested in other things, I don't necessarily think I'm married to music or art for my entire life. I think I have a lot to give in other realms of the world too. But I think I'm sort of letting my career unfold in an opportunistic way and enjoying it along the way.